plaintiff, Kelly Nelson, says after she had a baby with the defendant, they started abusing drugs and family members took their children away. Kelly claims she and the defendant broke up, got sober, and she eventually got the children back. But she's suing her ex today for child support. Defendant Chris Macedo says after he and Kelly stopped using drugs, they got back together, but they continued fighting due to trust and infidelity issues. Chris believes Kelly is suing him for more than he owes.
Tell me what's happening.
I am here today, Judge Mathis, because I need a father for my daughter.
I can't help you.
I wish you could.
You available? You booked too? Go ahead.
I wish you could. I met Mr. Macedo August 25th, 2005. Right from the beginning, I mean, he was charming, everything, I wanted in a man. He was very honest right from the get-go. He had told me about a little bit of his history with substance abuse and how he had cleaned up, gotten help. He was done with it. So everything went great. He knew I had a child from a previous relationship. I knew he had a child from a previous relationship. Within the first year, we had moved in together. We had gotten engaged, and I was pregnant with our child. Everything was pretty good, I mean, he was a hard worker. I stayed home and took care of my child. He allowed me to do that. And after I had my daughter, everything went downhill from there.
What year was that?
That was in 2006 to 2007.
Okay. What happened?
I was experiencing some postpartum. So without going to seek medical treatment for the postpartum, I myself began to abuse substances. It started to get pretty bad. Mm-hmm. We were both on that track together, and it just made...
Oh, he had relapsed.
Yes, at that time, yes. And I believe it was because I had gotten pain medication from the doctor after having the baby.
So she started and you found it convenient as well. Go ahead.
The substance abuse went on for some time, approximately 9 months or so, before the arguing started happening. Money, the bills weren't being paid. It was just, it was bad. Yeah, it was awful.
I should have expected that two drug addicts paid their bills, huh?
We did. Yeah. We did sometimes.
You just told me you stopped. Go ahead.
So then family members started to notice, obviously, and they stepped in.
So were you all getting high on?
Opiates, sir.
Heroin, as they call it.
Opiate substance.
Back in the day in the streets, we called it heroin.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm. So family members stepped in and they took care of our children. They took them from the home for us. And he and I had parted ways so we could do this individually and just become stronger individually.
Now, the child support you're suing for isn't child support that was due when the child was living elsewhere.
No, it is not, sir.
Good enough. So you can finish telling me.
So after that, it took approximately 9 months to go through treatment, extensive treatment, and just work on myself as a person.
No relapse?
No relapse, Your Honor.
Good.
I believe Mr. Macedo was doing the same.
When did you get your children back?
2008, 2009.
Okay. And he was ordered to pay child support of how much?
After that, he was ordered, the guidelines stated that he was to pay $172 weekly. However, I settled for $130 weekly with the fact that he takes care of another child.
And that was in 2008. And let me get to him before you tell me the amounts he has failed to pay. Sir?
It's actually not completely accurate as to when there was a court order. As of roughly June or...
Before we get to that specifically, did you want to give any background as she did?
Sure. It's pretty accurate up to the point of family members stepping in after our obvious problems with substances. We did part ways for a little while, get ourselves clean, and she did gain custody back, and I wasn't living with her any longer. However, it was only about maybe 5-6 6 months before, we were back together, but clean this time.
Good.
So we made another effort to give it another chance, and that was in 2009. However, it was her place at this time. She had the lease under her name. So even though we were clean, we still had plenty of relationship problems, the normal things, trust issues, who's cheating, I'm finding numbers
When did you all
in the phone.
break up?
We've been off and on pretty much ever since that period of getting back together.
The last time you all would
the
refer
last
to
time-
yourselves as a couple?
That would be about April of this year, 2011.
Okay. What was the straw that broke the camel's back this time?
Okay, well, she's been clean for some time. I had a relapse in 2010, which I actually was incarcerated. That's where the support stopped. In September, the beginning, I was locked up till
So when you
January.
came back, however, January of 11 is when you came home?
Yes.
All right, so what happened in April of 11?
Okay, well, basically I was unemployed, trying to get back on my feet. I had no vehicle, living on my mother's couch. Things were pretty tough money-wise, and Kelly was understanding at first that, okay, Chris, I want you to get back on your feet, and you'll stop paying your support again. Now, what happened is she didn't give me an opportunity to fully do that.
Okay, so you all fell out over this support?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, tell me about the support he owes.
The support was ordered on May 28th, 2010, in the amount of $130, Your
Can you see
Honor.
that, please? They give you a statement saying what is owed. That's what I need.
We were going through the state. I do not, Your Honor. We were
Okay.
going through the Massachusetts Department of Revenue.
Okay.
And when
How
he
am I to determine? You want me to do the math and hope that you're telling me the truth?
No, I have actually payments that he's made all together.
So you want me to do the math?
I actually have done that for you.
Okay, how much?
It totals $5,690.
Let's see that. According to your math.
Yes. The substance abuse went on for some time. The arguing started happening. The bills weren't being paid. It was just, it was bad. Yeah. It was awful.
I should have expected that two drug addicts paid their bills, huh?
Plaintiff Kelly Nelson says after she and the defendant had a baby, they started abusing drugs. And as a result, family members took their children away.
What does your math say?
Well, that's
that's
what I'm disputing here. I don't know where it actually stands, but according to what the DOR says, is I have a paper here showing that
Your Honor, I actually...
No, ma'am, be quiet.
The support agreement was dismissed on 11/30/2010 for lack of prosecution.
Ma'am, you say you have something because this document isn't very clear either. You were interrupting to say what?
Actually, I was
heard
interrupting.
you say I have.
No, I have actually, when he was released from
Do you have
jail.
any more written evidence? That's what I thought you were going to present me when you said I have.
No, I do not.
Okay, very
Your
good.
Honor.
Is this the only written evidence you have, sir?
No, I have this as well. It's a letter from the case manager from DOR.
Okay. Let's see it, please.
And also a sheet with a balance.
That's what I need. A document from
Here's a
child
current-
support saying how much is owed right now.
Your Honor,
That's the math I'm going to go with.
when he was released in
Ma'am,
January...
he has a statement. That's the math I'm going with.
But I opted
Not your
out.
math, ma'am. Not your math. What else?
I opted out of the Department of Revenue per his request.
Okay. Ma'am, I can only enforce what they say he owes.
Right, and there is
You're
a court
suing
order.
saying that he owes over $5,000.
Yes.
You want me to tell you what they say he owes?
That's because I opted out.
$432.
That's because I opted
Whatever
out.
the reason, go and tell them.
That's because I opted out.
Whatever the
in
reason,
February.
they don't believe you or they didn't say it, they made a mistake. Go back and correct the mistake because today I'm going to grant you $432.
Okay.
I don't know where you're getting $5,000 from, but you're mistaken.
Do you
Give
owe that?
her that and allow her to
Do you owe it?
take it to the Department of Child Support Enforcement. Why are you looking at him? What has he done?
I'm asking him
Judge
if he
Mathis,
owes-
I can clear this confusion up right now, basically.
You want to go beyond the evidence that you have presented me.
No, I just want to add something. I'm not arguing with what the bill says. There was a point.
What whose bill says?
DOR.
Okay.
I understand that. Now, me and Kelly had made an arrangement because of she
Can't
did
make
me a
side
favor.
arrangements. You can't make side arrangements with child
Do you
support.
own
You
it?
have to go exactly by what the court says.
I was never disputing the fact that I still owed Miss Nelson money.
How much, sir, do you believe you owe?
I owe for December, January, February, March, April, and May.
In June.
I'm not going to do your math. How much do you believe you owe?
I don't know how to add that up, Your Honor, because that support order obligation is no longer $130
Right.
a week.
That's why we're going to go with what it does say. As I said, $432 is the judgment, sir. That's what the Department of Child Support Enforcement says you owe. Don't do your own math. Go with theirs. 432. Have a good day.
You owe that money. You know,
I never disputed that I didn't want to be there for my daughter. I couldn't pay
It
until
costs
I got some money.
to take care of her.
Until I got money from unemployment, I was unable to pay you. And I understand I still owe you back
Right.
support, and I never disputed that.
He is. He's a good father, except I need you to stand strong by me, not, in front of me and push me.
Well, you can't always threaten people into doing things. You can work with
get
me.
that.
I'm very
Right.
flexible, and I love my daughter.
I know that.
I've always taken
I know
care of
that.
her, problems
right.
or not.
Right.